All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the very first episode of We All Fan Podcast. I am your lovely host, Jay. And yeah, here we are. I'm kind of, let me stop smiling. Listen, you got to understand, it took a lot for me to be here today. It took a lot just to get to this point in my life to be here to actually do something that I was thinking about for a long time. And here I am in the flesh doing what I say I'm going to do. And one thing about me, I'm a woman of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to always do it. Around this time last year, I told myself, I'm doing art. I want to do art full time. Everything you see behind me is everything I've done. And I have a lot more work that doesn't even fit in the frame. It's over there, it's up here. So the thing is, when you set your mind to it, when you invest in you, when you do things that are meant for you, but the thing is, you got to take yourself serious. You can't expect people to hype you up and take you serious. Only you can take you serious. You your biggest fan. And also, let me get into it. This might get on microphone for the time being. I told myself, like, oh, I want to wait to have the whole setup for the podcast. I want the microphone. I want this. I want that. The thing is, I told myself, if you wait, you ain't never going to do it. So get into it now. Okay? I at least jazzed up the background for y'all. I want y'all to really just, see what I got going on. And of course, if you see some pieces that you like really loving, go check out my Instagram page. Yeah. So yeah, this is the podcast We All Fam. I just thought this was a very fitting name because in the club, we all fam. Like, yes, ma'am, we really are. And this is definitely a place, a safe space, a place where I'm going to talk about real life things, things that are more than likely relatable to most people. The thing is, we are all. Oh, I thought I had seen a bird. My bad. The thing is, we all are trying to reach a common goal in life. We're trying to be something in life. We trying to excel at whatever it is. We all have a different path that we're trying to go to within our life. But it's really called Sonder, okay? Look it up. Look at what it means. But it's just, I love that meaning. I love everything about that word because it's true. Everybody living the same lives, just different chapters, different navigations, pretty much, okay? So, yeah, I don't know if I said, but my name is Jay. I give you a little rundown on who I am. I actually have something really nice that we're going to talk about today just to open up the first episode and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm 25. I was born in July 99. That's when the real one was born, okay? Don't sleep on it. Let me tell you a little quick fun fact about it. I skipped a grade. I skipped seventh grade. So therefore I was younger than everybody every time, every year. So I skipped seventh grade and I went straight to eighth grade. And at that time, I think everybody was what, like 13 at that time. I was 12. So I had to lie and say I was 13. So you got to just imagine each year I would get up in grades, I would just add an extra digit just so I could keep the peace. I didn't want people asking all these questions. And yeah. And I was able to simply skip a grade because I went to a school in Kuwait. If you don't know where Kuwait is, that's right by Dubai. It's, Middle Eastern country. And me and my siblings, we lived there for a year. My mom was a subcontractor for the military. And yeah, it was a really nice experience. I pretty much moved a lot growing up in my life. I moved pretty much every single year. So you gotta imagine how that make a kid feel like, dang, I don't really have a place where I can call home and say, oh, this place raised me, but that's okay. Everybody got their own story. And I used to get so upset with my mom, like, why do we always have to move? But now that I'm older, I am very grateful that I didn't just stay in one spot and one spot raised me. A lot of places raised me, okay? It made me a well versed, well rounded individual. I'm a kind of person, I could be in a room and I'm really like a chameleon. I can blend in any situation because I was put in a lot of situations each year, each place I moved. and I had to adapt. And, as I continuously moved around, I adapt a lot more easy. So, I mean, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mama. One thing about her that I really wanted to shout her out for, she always made sure that we had whatever it is that we needed. I didn't grow up bad at all. I would like to think I had a pretty good childhood. My mom always wanted to make sure that we was in a safe environment. We had everything we ever wanted, okay? So, and she did it all by herself, single mother. So shout out to her because she really did it. And I don't know if I ever gave her flowers. I mean, I do, but she just kind of brushed it off. But I guess when she see this video, she gonna see how much like I appreciate her, you know. So yeah, I love my mama. Shout out to her. But yeah, that's a little thing to talk about. So yeah, I moved and whatever. So yeah, I did go to school in Kuwait. Their education system overseas is way more advanced than the US, okay? And long story short, I had came back to the US after I was there for a year. And then I'm in like, I'm like, this is easy. So I was able to skip a grade, long story short, without making the story all complex, you feel me? So yeah, I graduated when I was 16 years old. My birthday is in the summer, so I turned 17 shortly after, but I still was young, you know what I'm saying? I had so much life ahead of me. And you want to know what I decided to do after I graduated? I ran straight to work. I went to work for the white man. And I said, that's all I want. I was like, I just want some money. Money hungry. But no regrets. I'm the person that decided to choose this life path. I'm the person that wanted to struggle and figure things out the hard way. And I have no regrets within my path because everything happens how it's supposed to. My soul came here to learn a lot of lessons and delve into a lot of stuff and become experimented in this, that, and the third. So, it's all good. So, yeah, I am 25 now. I'm going to be 26 this year. I know I'm getting up there. And I did tell myself, like, I feel like I slept on myself the first half portion of my 20s. But really the first half of the 20s, excuse me, I guess I'm getting sick, huh? But no, the first half of my 20s, it was a lot of like healing I had to do. It was a lot of experiences I had to go through. It was a lot of everything. You can relate if you in your 20s. Like, you just have to navigate yourself, navigate this world. What do you want to be? I started over like 20 million times. And I'm here to tell you it's okay to start over. It's okay to even start over in your 30s, but I can't speak for the 30-year-old group because I'm in the 20s. So I'm speaking for the 20s somethings, okay? It's okay to start over. Society make you feel like if you don't have everything in your life together by 25, you're a bum. And I hate that because why are y'all putting a timestamp on what is supposed to be done? Like, everybody got their own path, their own journey. Everybody gets things done in different ages, like different time frames. Everyone grows up differently. So, I've always been a rebellious person when it comes to society. I don't like following society's norms, okay? I came here to break the norm, okay? I'm very different. I've always been different. So here I am, finally starting this podcast, okay? One of the biggest things that I feel like within my 20s that I slept on, I never got into YouTube. And I always wanted to get into YouTube. But the problem was, I didn't know exactly what kind of content I want on YouTube, So here I am, and I said a podcast would be amazing. You are a deep, spiritual, beautiful, amazing priestess, okay? You could do anything that you set your mind to. Everyone might have slept on you throughout your life, but that's the thing. Why is you seeking validation on the outsource? Validation within here, mommy. Everything that you believe in yourself first. You supposed to be your number one cheerleader, okay? So yeah, I ain't trying to get all like that, but just want to give y'all a quick little synopsis on who I am. And I am an artist full time. As you can see, this is all my work. So yeah, I'm a podcaster, I'm an artist, and I'm actually branching out to do something really amazing. I don't want to spill the beans on what I am a part of now, but that will come. A lot of great things is happening for me in 2025. I really feel like, due to the fact I put in the blood, I put in the sweat, I put in the tears. Nobody has ever seen my downfalls. Nobody has ever seen those nights where, I mean, I don't even want to talk about right now. Maybe that has to be another episode, but it really was dark times that I had to go through by myself. I was drowning. I was submerged in water. My head wasn't up. No, I was drowning in water. And I got myself out of it. But at the end of the day, you can only get yourself out of the hardest things. You can't look for outside help. Everything is always within. So yeah, I'm just like really getting deep. Okay, so yeah, this is my microphone and I love it. And eventually the setup is gonna be even more setting up. But as of right now, we making what how it need to be. Like, and I think this is beautiful how it looks. So yeah. Okay. That is so, none of this was happening. It's like as soon as I start talking, then things happen. So, okay, let's like really like get into it. So, y'all know a little bit about me, right? Follow my Instagram. You see some paintings you like, you can see it more. Like this one, y'all need to see her like. Okay, like all of these paintings are beautiful. When it comes to my art, it's a deep story. I just feel like that probably needs to just be a separate segment. A lot has happened within this journey, within this art. It took a lot of believing in myself. It took a lot of falling down and scraping my knee. It took a lot of getting my ass whooped by the universe. They were all just guiding me and teaching me and getting me to that point where I needed to be. They really wanted to see, you say you strong, you claim you strong. I want to see how strong you are. And yeah, they know I'm the warrior. They put me through the utmost, but guess what? Here I am, and I'm standing, and I'm in the flesh. Okay? So, okay. The first segment that I would love to always incorporate within these podcasts is talking about a miscellaneous thought, or miscellaneous thoughts. And I actually have one today. My biggest thing right now is, why is it that when you leave and you exit people's lives, why is it that they want to see your value after the fact? Why didn't you see it when I was right in your face? And now that you out of my face and you try to outsource and you try to look for something better, and you can't find better than me, baby. I know you can't. Because they don't make me by the dozen. I'm a rare gem. I'm a rare breed. My problem is, though, when people spin the block about me, I do respond to them. Because guess what? Life is very short. And I will be damned if something happened to you and I could have just easily said, what's up to you? Just because I talk to you don't necessarily mean like I'm like letting you in my life. I'm not. But it's because we once had a connection. And I do care about you. I care about your well-being, even though we don't talk all the time and chop it up. So it's like a 50-50. I'm in the middle. I don't know what to do most of the time based off of that. And that's, to me, what makes me different, because I do entertain people. Not fully, though. And they all always see I have boundaries now. And they're like, oh. And oh, she's speaking up for herself now? Oh. She know her worth now? Oh. Yeah. Okay. And that's on growth. So yeah. This was a long ass introduction, but I feel like this needed to be done because now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. And I decided what better fitting way to talk about something to just break the ice. And really, I know everyone can relate to this. This is stop taking life too damn serious. And also, how can I tap into my inner child? Those two intertwine, those go hand in hand. Okay? The thing is, when we become adults, we tend to steer away from things that we really used to enjoy when we were a kid. We tend to just want to be on the straight and narrow of the adult path. But one thing I can definitely tell you, ever since I would say 18 to 23, I took life way too serious. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted everything perfect. Bills paid on time. Nothing's never late. Da da da. Okay, do I have to respond? I don't want them to think I'm mad. I mean, just so much of not choosing me. Worrying about the things that who cares? What made me start to be more in tune and tapped into my inner child was as I got older. I got wiser. You get older and you get wiser and you stop caring about a lot of stuff that you used to care. First mistake I ever made when I was younger. Nothing's gonna be perfect. Nothing's gonna be perfect, mommy. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fall. You're gonna trip. You might get your ass beat. Whatever. That's a part of life. Okay? That was my biggest thing. And I feel like that's what stemmed from my childhood. Now, as I told you earlier, I did have a good childhood. But I dealt with a lot of emotional trauma, if anything, as a child. Okay? And this ain't, I'm not pointing fingers at nobody. Okay? But being a child, I never felt good enough. I always felt like I had to keep trying to get to this certain standard that I never could meet because I never felt good enough. I always felt like there was complaints always aimed towards me. In a way, as a child, I did have a victim mindset, but also that victim mindset stemmed from always being talked down to, not necessarily being uplifted to. And let me tell you something about our parents. The thing is, a lot of y'all, you want to hate your parents or you want to be upset with your parents about this, that, and the third, and what they did to you in your childhood. But you got to understand, more than likely, all of our parents were young, right? When they had us, they was learning just as much as we were learning. We were learning together growing up. I could definitely say I see growth in my mom especially. And I'm proud of her growth. She is not the same mom versus when I was growing up. So that's what life is all about. It's about growth. It's about not holding grudges, you know? Move forward. I am certainly healed from my childhood, okay? But like I said, I grew up good. I had everything I wanted. It was just the emotional aspect. And I am a very sensitive person. I was a very sensitive child. I was my mother's most sensitive child. And she is nowhere near like that. She does have a good heart, but she don't know how to like tame someone with so much emotions. And that's why I personally feel like I was placed into her life. I feel like a lot of other reasons too. But one of the reasons was my mom never was tapped into emotion, emotionally unavailable to the T. So you can imagine what I was used to. My emotions were always never acknowledged, brushed off, and that was a big part for me because emotions is my core. It's who I am as an individual. I'm a person that likes to talk about something. I want you to understand me. No, understand me though. Don't just okay, Jay, okay, Jay, okay, Jay. I want you to understand me as I talk to you. So as I became older as an adult, I started to go towards emotionally unavailable men. And then I've realized, okay, I need to heal from my childhood because I'm choosing the same things that I'm technically used to. My mom didn't like to hug. She didn't like to do none of that. Like, no. And then there's me. I'm just the lovey dovey. Let me hug you. Let me give you a kiss on the cheek. She didn't like that. Like, but I'm just glad I stay true to me because that's just who I am. I'm a person that to love is very powerful. It's a powerful thing, you know? And she just didn't know how to handle me. So she just, I just feel like we had to learn a lot about each other. She's still trying to understand me, but I could definitely say she understands me a lot more versus when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to articulate my words a lot better. When I was a kid, I pretty much could articulate myself, but I still felt like my feelings were not validated at all. They were just brushed off and everything like that. But that's okay. I'm here to tell you, forgive your parents. The sooner and the quicker you forgive your parents, the sooner you could be on your healing journey. You could worry about you. You're not worried about all this resentment and grudges that you're holding. Nobody needs that kind of energy, okay? You taking too much energy hating somebody, that takes away from your life. That takes away from your energy, okay? So I kind of stemmed off a little bit, but now let's regroup. So yeah, I did, go to the emotionally unavailable men. I realized, okay, I need to heal. And I started to heal within that first chapter, first segment, first half of my 20s because I kept making mistakes with these men and attracting the same kind of men until I started attracting men that know how to communicate. I started attracting men that know how to be emotionally available. I attracted men that are emotionally intelligent. I just started to attract the men. The more I healed, the more I started to attract. So I really formed and bonded with some good men in my life. And they're no longer in my life because they were just a season, they were a chapter. But every man, most of them, we were able to have a deep conversation as to, okay, what happened? What do we need to do? Okay, so we breaking off this segment, and it was healthy. It wasn't all this cussing and fussing and ending off on bad terms. Just like, yo, I appreciate you. I love you. But where I'm going, I don't see you there no more. And it just almost was like a mutual thing. Like, he was like, I agree, da, 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 da. That's the kind of energy that I need around me. People who are emotionally intelligent. People who are intelligent when it comes to actually communicating, not brushing things off or not ever voicing how they feel about me. Now, if there's a man that ever comes into my life and he can never voice how he feel about me, I'm going to just take it how I see it. You don't really care about me. You don't really fuck with me. And that's something that I have one last man from my past that I had to figure out till it got to a point where I'm done figuring him out. You are showing me enough, and you are the same man. You kept showing me the same thing since day one. It was me that wanted to be the Lulu and not pay attention to that. Okay? So, met up with him sometime, and he just was the same. And I just realized I don't have time for this. I really formed a deep connection with you. I don't even know what was deep about it, but it was something, Maybe it was the Lulu J. Maybe, but y'all gotta stop holding on to your past situations, whatever. You keep holding on to past things, you're gonna continue to be in the past. You gotta keep looking forward and moving forward if you want forward like things in your life. So let's reroute. That kind of gave you a little synopsis. So taking life serious and dealing with all these men, and then finally getting to the age of 24, and I said hell with a lot of stuff. I cut everybody out. I started my life over again, maybe for like the 20th time at this point. And I cannot express to you how freeing it felt to start over again. I said, you know what? I was going in the wrong direction, so now let me reroute and let me, do this now. Fast forward, here I am today. The older I got, the more I started to tap into my inner child. I started to be more childlike. I feel like when I was from 18 to 23, I was more like a 30-year-old, taking everything so damn serious. I don't have time for that. I'm 25 now. I'm very childlike. Things I used to do as a child, there were two main things that I really wanted to focus on and get back and incorporate into my adult life. Painting. Let's give a moment of silence for all these paintings. All this amazing work. I had visions for my life and where I'm going. And here I am. Moment of silence, please. Beautiful. The moment I started to incorporate art into my life, because that's something I used to do as a child, I became more free spirited. I've always been free spirited, but I'm talking about mentally free, not feeling shackled within my mind. I'm able to express myself. Painting is, I feel like that's possibly a whole different episode, but painting saved my life, to say the least. It's something deep, it's something spiritual for me. I am able to be quiet and not talk to people and not doing customer service and not. I'm able to be quiet, flow with my music, cut that on, smoke a little bit, chilling. And I'm just being free. I love to freehand a lot. Some paintings I actually like. I can look at stuff and then draw what I see. But I love to freehand. I love to just, because I have a lot of images in my mind. Like I see a lot of stuff. And shout out to the spirit team because they the ones that's been rocking with me since the beginning. They always been on my side. They always been patting my back, cheering me on. They are the ones that give me the insight. They are the ones that give me the vision. And I put it on paper, canvas, wood, whatever. I paint on everything. Okay. I do things that are out the norm. But being free with my painting has changed the whole trajectory of my life. I cannot stress that enough to you. Next thing I used to do as a kid. I used to love cycling. I used to love biking, getting on my bike and just the wind and that makes me feel like I got a pocket full of sunshine. Or what's the video? I think it's that one. Or I'm like a bird, I wanna fly away. Yeah. Whatever. It's just pretty much a freeing aspect, and the best part of it, it's an exercise, baby. Get that blood pumping in that heart. Get them knees strong. Them thighs look great. That waist is still. I love that. I love the exercise. I love the freeing, invigorating feeling that cycling does for me. And it's like, this is why I appreciate about growth, about aging. It's a blessing to still be here. Growing up, I had a lot of kids my age, they kept dropping like flies. So to be here, be 25, almost 26, that is, I won the trophy. Any additional years I'm granted, I'm on top of the world. I'm still here. I finally found a way and a reason to fall in love with life again, fall in love with me again. Why? Because I stopped taking life too damn serious and I incorporated things. I healed my inner child first and foremost, and then I sat back and I reflected on what did I do as a child that I really enjoyed that I want to incorporate into my adult world. And I did just that. The thing is, life is all about growth. It's all about evolution. If you find yourself still in the same place the next year, what did you do? I almost want to say shame on you, but sometimes we can't help it. But sometimes, more than likely, it is always ourself that lead to our demise. Reflecting, doing things that suit you, taking a step back from people sometimes, taking a step back from being outside. Y'all keep talking about y'all want to be outside all the time. Girl, the reason why I'm here in this position right now is because I wasn't outside. It's because I didn't want to entertain nobody. I didn't want to go nowhere. I wanted to really be within my solidarity moment of my life, and that was last year. Being in my solidarity moment was one of my best moments, my light bulb moment, my enlightenment moment. The best things came out of the dark. I have so much to say. I mean, it's just amazing how I can look back and see the growth of myself and how far I've come. Nobody know my story. I would say who knows my story the closest is my best friend. She always in my circle. She always on my team. She always riding for me. She always rooting for me. Shout out to her too. Shout out to those that have helped me during my lowest time. Shout out to my brother. He might not have known, but he helped me. I just, I don't want to get emotional, but I just wanted to open up this first episode and kind of delve into who am I as a podcaster? Who am I as an individual? You know what I'm saying? I am in love with where I'm at now. This podcast is going to go far. I know it. And yeah, you see this ghetto microphone? Who knows? We might just have to keep incorporating this, okay? But I am going to upgrade. I'm going to get the microphone. I'm going to get the whole shabab. I'm going to get guest appearances. I'm really looking to connect with the Black community, the artistic community in different cities. I mean, this is going to be big because I'm going to make it big. Why? Because I believe in myself. And it's time for you to start believing in yourself. I hope that I spark something within your mind today to want to try something out of the norm. Wanting to be different. If you want to do YouTube, just hit record. Why are you worried about what people gonna say, what they gonna think? Who gives a damn? This is your life. You run the show. Do you not? So thank you. Thank you for, if you stayed here this long, just comment amazing podcast or give me feedback. Give me something. You feel me? Like, if you stayed here this long. I'm trying to figure out though, how often am I gonna record? I don't know. Might be every day, might be every other day. I don't know. Okay. But eventually I'm going to figure out a schedule. Y'all going to grow with me along with this podcast. Okay. And if you're rocking with me, just stick to the end, stick to the journey actually, because there's never going to be an end. Okay. I'm going to keep accelerating as an individual because I am destined for greatness. My spirit came here for something grand. And I'm just now diving into the person I'm supposed to be. And I am 25. So never feel like you behind. Worry about you. Stay in your lane. Do what you got to do. Stop worrying about other people. You do that, that's how you get depressed. That's how all this mental stuff happens. Worry about you. Start now. Don't say, I'm going to do it like, just start now. You see, I'm starting now and I got this ghetto microphone, but baby, I'm making it work. I'm making it shake. Because it's like, we can just add on. I already got the whole setup. I got the vibe. I got the conversation piece. Like, baby, I'm here with it. So, thank you for staying this long. Stay tuned for episode 2. I'm definitely going to be consistent. I see myself being consistent. I love this whole plan that I have for podcasts. This was meant for me. I used to try to do makeup tutorials, and that wasn't me. I had to go through some bullshit to be able to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, and here I am. But okay, I'm done now. I keep rapping. Thank you for thank you for just watching. And remember, at the end of the day, we all fam.